When I was about 28 years old, I met this man that I ended up getting pregnant by him, and I was essentially the breadwinner while my son and my daughter were with my fiance at the time. The man that I met was very abusive. He used the Bible to justify me being obedient to him. I had never had a Bible other than in my son's Bible story book that I would read to him. Joseph loved the story of Joseph and his coat of many colors, and I would read that to him. He just would smile, and he understood that God loved him through that story. And I really didn't understand what that meant, honestly. In my life, money was the answer to everything. When I started working as a nurse in Illinois' hourly pay for nurses was way less than Florida, and the plan was to work for 30 days, about a month, and come back. And that I thought was going to just fix everything. And what I found out later is that it didn't fix everything. I'd been in Florida for 2 weeks, and I had gotten these beeps to call my daughter's father. And when I called him, he said that he had accidentally killed my son, that he had been spanking him, and that he just started breathing funny. And he said that when he stopped breathing, that he had done CPR on him. He didn't come back. Joseph didn't come back. I thought he was joking even. I even asked him if he was joking. This isn't a funny joke, you know? And he said he wasn't joking. When I had tried to tell him to turn himself in, he threatened to kill himself and kill my daughter, that he was not going to go to jail, go to prison. I don't know what he thought we were going to do, but he basically was not going to let me see my son. I went to my director of nursing while I was there. She called the police. The police came. They took me to the police station, and I had told them what he had told me, because he even told me he had him in a suitcase in plastic bags, and he was putting bleach on him, and he wasn't going to let me see him or anything. He knew that them bruises were over 100% of his body. They said the only place that he wasn't bruised was on the bottom of his feet. I had the police pull up slowly, quietly, because he was going to kill my daughter. I know he was going to. They knocked on the door. He answered the door, and he didn't have time because they didn't turn on their lights. They came up quietly, and then he went quietly, and my daughter was saved. But they found my son in the bathroom in garbage bags, where he had put him in a suitcase in garbage bags, treated him like he was trash. I was on the phone when they found him, and they said it was real. I went to the bathroom, and I tried to kill myself. And they put me in a mental hospital when I was there, made me go to sleep. Somebody from a church paid for me to go back home on an airplane, and as soon as I got back to Illinois, they had the DCFS was there. They said that I was guilty and that it was my fault, and I agree that it was my fault. I did not argue with them. They took me to jail. I had been given 22 years to do 100% for the murder of my son. And honestly, all the way through my prison sentence, I didn't think it was real. Even the day I left, I thought this was just one big dream and my son would be out there waiting for me.